Good morning, dear students of HSC first year. Welcome to my online class. I am Amir Sadat, Assistant Professor of English. Today I will deliver a lecture on Unit-09, Lesson 3, and the title of the unit is Diaspora, and the title of the lesson is Bangladeshis in Italy. So, from the very title, you may know that what is diaspora. We have to know what is diaspora. The term diaspora is used to refer to people who have left their homelands and settled in other parts of the world, either because they were forced to do so or because they wanted to live on their own. The word is increasingly used for such people as a collective group or a community. The word has seen many diasporas, but scholars have been studying the phenomena with great interest only in recent decades. The narrator of this passage, Bangladeshis in Italy, visited Italy last month, and while visiting Italy, the narrator became amazed to see huge Bangladeshis in Italy. Most of them have SME business. Most of them were selling handbags, sunglasses, and tourist materials in Rome. In Florence, there are Bangladeshis chain shops named Manohari Dokan, and in Venice, they were selling trinkets. You know that trinkets is a kind of puppet which is made of balloons, and they were incredibly kind and polite to the narrator and his friends. Now, let's start the text, and you know that your exam schedule has already been published. Your exam is now knocking at the door, and the schedule of exam has already been published, and the exam will start from 17th February. So you have no time to waste. Read attentively and carefully. Today I have made a slide presentation for this lesson. Let's go to the slide presentation and enjoy today's class. Okay, dear students, before going to start today's class discussion, let's have a look on today's class outline. Today I'll discuss on Unit 9 Lesson 3, and the title of the lesson is Bangladeshis in Italy. I will thoroughly read the text and I will explain it. After that, I have made a summary of the passage, and you know that summary is very helpful to understand the passage. Then I have made a vocabulary for you, and vocabulary is very important for understanding a passage, and you have to make a rich vocabulary. And in my previous classes, I have already suggested you to build a rich and sound vocabulary. Then I have made choose the best answer. For practice, there will be 4 alternatives and you have to choose the correct answer. Then clause test with clues for practice, and I have made this clause test out of text, and then I have made clause test without clues. It is also for your practice, and I have made this clause test without clues from out of text, that is non-textual. Then I have made some open-ended questions for your practice. Dear learners, here is Unit 9, and the title of Unit 9 is Diaspora, and Lesson 3, and the title of the lesson is Bangladeshis in Italy. Let's have a look on the text. Bangladeshis in Italy. Last month, a 20-year dream came true. We visited Italy. While it was an amazing lesson in history, I was also taken by surprise at the Bangladeshis in Italy. I heard estimates of between 2 lakh and 6 lakh Bangladeshis in Italy. I saw them in Rome, Florence, and Venice, but not in Siena. And the ones I saw all had small to medium sized business. In Rome, they were selling handbags, sunglasses, and tourist material on the streets. In Florence, we walked into a store selling Indian looking things, and a Manohari Dokan only to find the owner was a Bangladeshi who had a chain of these stores in the city. In Venice, they were selling trinkets. What is trinkets? Trinket is a kind of ornaments, a kind of puppets, and little puppets made from balloons. On the Academia Bridge and in San Marco Square, one seller told me these would not sell in Rome, but in Venice the tourists buy them. Dear learners, here you can see a picture of Venice, a beautiful picture of Venice. They were incredibly kind and polite to us. The person in Florence, much to our protestation, treated us with cokes and ice cream and sold things to us at large discounts. When it came to prices, they said, "Pay us what you want. We are so happy to see a Bangladeshi tourist here." It was a kind of haggling in reverse. So here is another word, haggling. What is haggling? Haggling means bargaining. Haggling means bargaining to buy things. When we bargain, it is called haggling. Then one street vendor in Rome, after selling a sunglass at 18 euro to a European person, turned around and sold me a similar sunglass at 4.5 euro only. And I wanted to pay him more, but incredible as it seems, he would not take it. I think this barely covered his cost. At a mini flea market of Bangladeshi stalls at the Tiburtina station in Rome, I fell into a discussion of the business. It cost them 1,000 to 2,000 euros a month to rent each stall. I repeat, it cost them 1,000 to 2,000 euros a month to rent each stall. The work is very hard and they live frugally. What is frugally? What is the meaning of frugally? Frugally means economically. And they have to live very economically, and so they are able to save some money which they send home. One seller in Venice said he can save up to euro 1,000 a month, but only if a lot of conditions are met. That is, as for example, he has to sell an average of 50 euros worth daily, and his food expenses cannot exceed euro 80 per month, etc. And I was surprised by their entrepreneurship and touched by their generosity and hope their diaspora comes true soon. Here is a stall at the mini flea market outside Tiburtina. Here you can see a stall, outside stall. This is called a street stall. There are some bags, there are some trinkets, some puppets, etc. And there are some buyers on the street. This is the picture of Rome, Venice and Vienna, and this is the picture of our Bangladeshi who are living in Italy. Dear learners, here is the summary of the passage, and the summary is: last month while visiting Italy, the narrator became amazed to see huge Bangladeshis there. Most of them are SME business and were selling handbags, sunglasses and tourist materials in Rome. In Florence, there are Bangladeshi chain shops named Monohari Dokan. And you know that Monohari Dokan is a kind of dokan where various types of things are sold. Here it means some sunglasses, some bags, some ornaments, some puppets, some trinkets, etc. And in Venice, they are selling trinkets, and they were incredibly kind and polite to the narrator and his friends. Now, the vocabulary, and I always suggest my student to make a rich vocabulary, and while reading the text, please try to understand the passage, try to understand the words, and in this case, you can get help from a dictionary, and while reading text, just take a help from dictionary to make a vocabulary, and which words are very important, very tough or very difficult for you, you have to find out the meaning of that words. Okay, now number one word is amazing. Here amazing means Bishoykar. Bengali meaning is Bishoykar, and its synonyms are wonderful, surprising, astonishing, and its antonyms are commonplace and amazing. Then surprise. Surprise is a noun and its Bengali meaning is Bishoy, and its synonyms are marvel, wonder, astonishment, and its antonyms are indifference, composer. Then estimate. Estimate is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is hishab. Its synonyms are calculation and account, and its antonyms are miscalculation. So synonym is calculation and antonym is miscalculation. Then medium. Medium is an adjective and its Bengali meaning is madhyam. Sorry, there is a typing mistake. It will be madhyam, and synonyms are middle, moderate, and average, and antonyms are extreme or abnormal. Then chain. Chain is a noun. It is its Bengali meaning is shomoshti ba kichu, and its antonyms synonyms are group, series, succession, etc., and its antonyms are fraction, single, etc. Then trinkets. Trinkets is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is khudro alankar shamuh, and its synonyms are small ornaments or bijou, and its antonym is valuable ornaments. Small ornaments and valuable ornaments. Synonym is small ornament and antonym is valuable ornaments. Then puppet. Puppet is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is putul, and its synonyms are doll, image, cat's paw, etc., and its antonym is personality. Then incredibly. Incredibly is an adverb, and its Bengali meaning is abhishashya bhabe, and its synonyms are awfully, unbelievably, etc., and its antonyms are believably or usually. Then protestation. Protestation is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is pratibad, and its synonyms are objection, opposition, and its antonyms are agreement, sanction, or approval. Agreement, sanction, or approval. Then, dear learners, another word is discount. Discount is a noun and its Bengali meaning is batta ba mullo chhar. And you know that a lot of shops are now giving some discount on some special things or special gifts. Now, its synonyms are commission, rebate, or allowance, and its antonym is premium. Then pay. Pay is a verb. Its Bengali meaning is pradhan kora, and its synonym is give, deliver, offer, and its antonyms are owe or take, etc. Now, haggling. Haggling is a new word to you, I think, and its Bengali meaning is dor koshakoshi, and its synonyms are bargaining, annoying, or etc., and antonyms are yielding, agreement. So haggling synonyms are bargaining, annoying, and antonyms are yielding or agreement. Reverse. Reverse is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is biporit. Its synonym are opposite, contrary, observe. Opposite, contrary, observe, and its antonyms are normality or favor. Vendor. Vendors is a noun and its Bengali meaning is বিক্রেতা. আমরা মাঝে মাঝে বলি বিক্রেতা. So here vendor is the main thing. Vendor means বিক্রেতা, and its synonyms are seller, and its antonyms are buyer or purchaser. Now similar. Similar is an adjective and its Bengali meaning is একই রকম. Similar means একই রকম, and its antonyms are same, alike, akin, corresponding, etc. And its antonyms are different, dissimilar. Different, dissimilar. So synonyms are same, alike, akin, and antonyms are different, dissimilar. Now barely. Barely is another adverb. Its Bengali meaning is shudhumatro, and its synonyms are just, only, simply, hardly, etc. And its antonyms are easily, profitably, etc. Cost. Cost is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is mullo. Cost means mullo, and its synonyms are value, expense, charge, and its antonyms are repayment, retribution. Repayment, retribution. Now rent. Rent is a verb. Its Bengali meaning is bhara dewa. Rent means bhara dewa, and its synonyms are lease or let, and its antonyms are buy or purchase. So synonym is lease or let, and antonyms are buy or purchase. And inspire. Inspire is a verb. Inspire is a verb. Its Bengali meaning is utshaho dewa. And certainly we have used this word in various purposes. Inspire means utshaho dewa, and its synonyms are encourage, animate, cheer. Encourage, animate, cheer, and its antonyms are depress, discourage, dissuade. Depress, discourage, dissuades, etc. Now frugally. Frugally is an adverb, and frugally is a new word, I think, to the students of HSC level. And frugally means mitobayitar shate. Mitobayitar shate. Sorry, there is a typing mistake. Mitobayar shate. Synonyms are economically or parsimoniously. Economically or parsimoniously, and its antonyms are extravagantly or lavishly. Extravagantly or lavishly. Last word, generosity. Generosity is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is udarata. Its synonyms are graciousness, greatness, magnanimity, and its antonyms are meanness, malevolence. So I repeat, generosity, its synonyms are graciousness, greatness, magnanimity, and its antonyms are meanness, malevolence. Dear learners, here is choose the correct answer from the alternatives. I have made some MCQ questions for your practice, and there are 4 options, and you have to choose the correct answer. Now let's start the MCQ questions. Question A. How many Bangladeshis live in Italy? Option 1, between 600 and 200. Option 2, between 2 lakh and 6 lakh. Option 3, less than 200. And option 4, more than 200. So I think option 2, between 2 lakh and 6 lakh is the correct answer. Between 2 lakh and 6 lakh Bangladeshis live in Italy. And now question B. Which of the following best describes the visit in Italy? Option 1, a blessing. Option 2, a great curse. Option 3, a dream. And option 4, success of a desire. And I think option 4, success of a desire, is the best describes the visit in Italy. Now question C. Who is the owner of the Monohari Dokan in Italy? Option 1, an Italian. Option 2, a Bangladeshi. Option 3, a foreigner. And option 4, a French. I think option 2, a Bangladeshi, is the correct answer. A Bangladeshi is the owner of the Monohari Dokan in Italy. Where were the trinkets sold? Where were the trinkets sold? Option 1, in the Academia Breeze. Option 2, in San Marco Square. Option 3, in Venice. And option 4, in Bangladeshi stalls. So which is the correct answer? In Venice. In Venice, there were some trinkets, and there were some stalls in which trinkets were sold. Now question E. Who or what made the sailors of Florence happy? Who and what made the sailors of Florence happy? Option 1. The satisfactory prices of their goods. Option 2. The low prices of their goods. Option 3. The high prices of their goods. And option 4. The Bangladeshi tourist. So which will be the correct answer for question A? I think option 4. The Bangladeshi tourist. Bangladeshi tourist made the sailors of Florence happy. Now question F. What is the purpose of the author of this passage? Very important question. What is the purpose of the author of this passage? Option 1. To show the plights of the Italian Bangladeshis. To highlight the pleasant attitude of the Italian Bangladeshis. Option 3. To put up the exploitation of the Italian Bangladeshis. And option 4. To describe the business of the Italian Bangladeshis. And I think those who are now live with my class, please inbox me. Please send your answer in inbox or in message, and I will see them after my closing of my class. Now I think option 2, to highlight the pleasant attitude of the Italian Bangladeshis. To highlight the pleasant attitude of the Italian Bangladeshis is the purpose of the author of this passage. Now question G. What was the 20-year dream of the author? What was the 20-year dream of the author? Option 1. To visit Italy. Option 2. To learn about the history of Italy. Option 3. To inquire about the condition of the Italian Bangladeshi. And option 4. To visit the important places in Italy. So I think option 1 is the correct answer, to visit Italy. So what was the 20-year dream of the author? To visit Italy. To visit Italy was the 20-year dream of the author. Now question H. The author met Bangladeshis who were cleaners in Italy. Option 2. Who were all businessmen. Option 3. Who were sellers of different types of food. And option 4. Who are employed in industries. So which will be the correct answer for question H? I think option 2 is the correct answer. Who are all businessmen. The author made Bangladeshis who were all businessmen. Now question I. In Venice, the tourist buy. In Venice, the tourist buy. Option 1. Handbags. Option 2. Sunglasses. Option 3. Trinkets. And option 4. Indian things. And undoubtedly option 3 is the correct answer. In Venice, tourists buy trinkets. In Venice, tourists buy trinkets. Trinket is a kind of puppet made by balloons. Now question J. The Bangladeshis in Italy were. The Bangladeshis in Italy were. Option 1. Polite to the tourist. Option 2. Kind by nature. Option 3. Kind and polite to the Bangladeshi tourist. And option 4. Rough by nature. So which will be the correct answer for question J? I think option 3 is the correct answer. Kind and polite to the Bangladeshi tourist. The Bangladeshis in Italy were kind and polite to the Bangladeshi tourist. Now question K. One street vendor in Rome sold a sunglass at 4.5 euro to. Option 1. The author. To the author, to Bangladeshi tourist, to European people, or to the Italian people. So undoubtedly option 1, the author is the correct answer. One street vendor in Rome sold a sunglass at 4.5 euro to the author. Now question L. The Italian Bangladeshis can send money to their home. Option 1. Easily. Option 2. Through electronic device. Option 3. Even after leading a luxurious life. And option 4. By living economically. So I think option 4 is the correct answer. The Italian Bangladeshis can send money to their home by living economically. Now question M. The word reverse refers to. The word reverse refers to option 1 obstructed, option 2 a lot of rivers, option 3 the opposite of what has been suggested, and option 4 the opposition party. So which will be the correct answer for question M? I think option 3 is the correct answer. Reverse refers to the opposite of what has been suggested. The opposite of what has been suggested. So now question N. The best synonym of barely is. The best synonym of barely is a large amount. Option 2 not covered. Option 3 stimulated. And option 4 almost not. Here almost not is the correct answer. The best synonym of barely is almost not. Now question O. The word frugal. The word frugal could be best replaced by option 1 careful when using money or food, and option 2 becoming furious, option 3 making profit out of the labor of others selfishly, and option 4 containing furniture. So I think option 1 is the correct answer. The word frugal could be best replaced by careful when using money or food. Actually frugally means economically, and the person who lives in Italy he has to live frugally. Okay, dear learners, here is solution to question 1, and I think those who are with me in my live class and those who have already given their answer, please check it out whether it is correct or wrong. For question A, option 2 is the correct answer, between 2 lakh and 6 lakh. For question B, option 4 success of a desire is the correct answer. For question C, option 2 a Bangladeshi is the right answer. For question D, option 3 in Venice is the correct answer. For question E, option 4 the Bangladeshi tourist is the correct answer. Now question F. For question F, option 2 is the correct answer, to highlight the pleasant attitude of the Italian Bangladeshis. Question G, option 1 is the correct answer, to visit Italy. For question H, option 2 who are all businessmen is correct answer. For question I, option 3 trinkets is the correct answer. For question J, option 3 kind and polite to the Bangladeshi tourist is the correct answer. For question K, option 1 the author is the correct answer. Now question L, option 4 by living economically is the correct answer. Question M, option 3 the opposite of what has been suggested is the correct answer. For question N, option 4 almost not is the correct answer. And for question O, option 1 careful when using money or food. So those who have already given their answer in the inbox, please check it out whether all of your answers are right or wrong. Now fill in the gaps with suitable words from the list. This is called clause test with clues. There are 12 clues, and you have to choose out of these 12 clues, you have to choose 10 clues, and there are 10 gaps, and you have to put them in the gaps, and you have to change if some grammatical change is needed. Here the options are, here the clues are chase, deafen, shouting, imbalance, noisy, alarming, danger, suffer, control, symphony, existence and pleasant. Existence and pleasant. Now I want to start the passage. Sound is a symptom of life. Sound is a symptom of life. The dash of life is felt and perceived through the presence of sound. So, which will be the correct answer for gap A? Okay, let's have a look. I think here is the word existence. So existence is the correct answer for gap A. The existence of life, is felt and perceived through the presence of sound. But loud and shrill sound creates a cacophony instead of dash. So which will be the correct answer for gap B? You have to choose from this option. I think symphony. Symphony is the correct answer. But loud and shrill sound creates a cacophony instead of symphony. Recently, sound pollution has reached an dash stage. So which will be the correct answer for gap C? I think alarming is the correct answer. Recently, sound pollution has reached an alarming stage. In schools, colleges, offices, and even in hospitals, we have an explosion of dash sound. So which will be the correct answer for gap D? I think there is a word noisy sound, or you can also type deafening sound. So I repeat the line: in schools, colleges, offices, and even in hospitals, we have an explosion of noisy sound or deafening sound. Even within our homes, sound has been dash us. So which will be the correct answer for gap E? Here, chase is a word. You have to write it as chasing. Even within our homes, sound has been chasing us. So there is a grammatical change. One can even come across slogan in hospitals. So which will be the correct answer for gap F? Shouting in hospitals. One can even come across slogan shouting in hospital. It is also very pathetic. It is dangerous for patients, gap G, from heart diseases. So which will be the correct answer for gap G? Suffering is the correct answer. There is the word suffer, you have to use it as suffering. So there is also a grammatical change. It is dangerous for patients suffering from heart diseases. In many cases, it is responsible for deafness and psychological dash. So which will be the correct answer for gap H? Here is the word imbalance. And you have to write it here, imbalance. So in many cases, it is responsible for deafness and psychological imbalance. People must be made aware of the dash of sound pollution. So which will be the correct answer for gap I? Dangers you can write in gap I. So people must be made aware of the dangers of sound pollution. Many developed countries are trying to dash sound pollution. So which will be the correct answer for gap J? I think control is the correct answer. So many developed countries are trying to control sound pollution by careful town planning and developing public awareness. So dear learners, you have already understand the passage is based on sound pollution. Here is the solution to question 2, and that means here is the solution of clause test with clues. Now check it out. For gap A, existence is the correct answer. For gap B, symphony is the correct answer. For gap C, alarming is the correct answer. For gap D, noisy or deafening is the correct answer. For gap E, chasing is correct answer. For gap F, shouting is the correct answer. For gap G, suffering is the correct answer. For gap H, imbalance is the correct answer. For gap I, dangers is the correct answer. And for gap J, control is the correct answer. I think those who are with me in my live class, you have already given your answer in my inbox. Now check it out whether it is right or wrong. Now dear learners, here is question 3. Complete the following passage with suitable words. It is also called clause test without clues. There are no clues to fill the blanks. You have to fill the blanks with your own words. Let's start. Our liberation is the dash achievement in our national life. So which will be the correct answer for gap A? You can write according to your own. I think greatest is the correct answer. Our liberation is the greatest achievement in our national life. It was dash in 1971. So what will be the correct answer for gap B? I think achieved, you can write achieved. It was achieved, or it was gained, or it was acquired in 1971. We had been dash Pakistani rules for 25 years. We had been dash Pakistani rules. So which will be the correct answer for gap C? I think under, you can use under. We had been under Pakistani rules for 25 years. But the discrimination dash and suppression of the West Pakistani rulers dash us to wage the liberation war. So which will be the correct answer for gap D? I think oppression, but the discrimination, oppression and suppression. Discrimination, oppression and suppression of the West Pakistani rulers dash us. You can use here led us or compelled us. Here compelled means baddho kora. The discrimination and the oppression and the suppression of the West Pakistani rulers led us or compelled us to wage the liberation war. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman led the struggle for dash. So which will be the correct answer for gap F? I think liberation. Liberation. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman led the struggle for liberation. But soon he was dashed by the Pakistani rulers. But soon he was dashed. So which will be the correct answer for gap G? I think arrested. Soon he was arrested by the Pakistani rulers. However, people from all dash of life took part in the war, responding to the call and order of Bangabandhu. So which will be the correct answer for gap H? For gap H, walks. W-A-L-K-S. So however, people from all walks of life, people from all walks of life, all walks of life is a phrase and its meaning is সর্বস্তরের মানুষ. However, people from all walks of life took part in the war, responding to the call and order of Bangabandhu. This war dash a great protest against all forms of wrongdoing. So which will be the correct answer for gap I? You can use was. This war was a great protest. This war was a great protest. And you can also use signified. This war signified a great protest against all forms of wrongdoing. Now we observe our independence with due dash and solemnity. With due dash, here you can use with due honor or you can use with due respect. So you should not be worried about these gaps. You can use many alternatives for fill in this gap. Now we observe last line. I repeat last line. Now we observe our independence with due respect and solemnity, or now we observe our independence with due honor and solemnity. So here is the solution to question 3. Those students who are with my live class, those who have already given their answer in the inbox, now check it out. For gap A, you can write greatest. For gap B, achieved. For gap C, you can write under. For gap D, you can write oppression. For gap E, you can write led or compelled. For gap F, you can use liberation. For gap G, you can write arrested. For gap H, you can write works. For gap I, you can write was or signified. Or for gap J, you can write honor or respect. So this is the solution to question 3. Now, dear learners, I have made some open-ended questions, that is called short questions, and for each question you have to get 2 marks. I have made some questions for practice and you can write the answer according to your own. I have also give the answer, and this is a kind of sample answer. You can follow this answer, or you can also write your answer according to your own language. Question A. What are the places in Italy where the Bangladeshis are found? What are the places in Italy where the Bangladeshis are found? And the answer is the Bangladeshis are seen in Rome, Florence and Venice, but not in Siena. Rome, Florence and Venice, but not in Siena. Question B. How did the Bangladeshi tourist feel visiting Italy? How did the Bangladeshi tourist feel visiting Italy? And the answer is the Bangladeshi tourist felt very happy visiting Italy, and they expressed their feeling saying that it was an amazing lesson in history. They also said that a 20-year dream came true. Now question C. What are the trinkets? Very important question. What are the trinkets? And the answer is actually trinkets are pieces of jewelry or small decorative things not worth much money. But according to the text, the trinkets that Bangladeshis were selling in Italy were like puppets made of balloons. I repeat the last line, but according to the text, the trinkets that Bangladeshis were selling in Italy were like puppets made from balloons. Now question D. What is the occupation of the Bangladeshis in Italy? What is the occupation of the Bangladeshis? And the answer is the occupation of the Bangladeshis in Italy is business. And they all have a small to medium-sized business. And they are passing their days very happily in Italy. Now question E. What do the Bangladeshis do in Rome? What do the Bangladeshis do in Rome? And the answer is in Rome, the Bangladeshis sell handbags, sunglasses and tourist materials on the streets. In Rome, the Bangladeshis sell handbags, sunglasses and tourist materials on the streets. Now question F. Why did the sunglass sellers take less money from the Bangladeshi tourist? It is a very fantastic question. Why did the sunglass sellers take less money from the Bangladeshi tourist? And the answer is the sunglass sellers took less money from the Bangladeshi tourists because they were very happy to see Bangladeshi tourists there. And it is a kind of fellow feeling, it is a kind of sympathy, or it is a kind of happiness. Now, question G. How did the trinket sellers behave? How did the trinket sellers behave? The trinket sellers behaved nicely to the Bangladeshis, and they were incredibly kind and polite to them. The trinket sellers behaved nicely to the Bangladeshis, and they were incredibly kind and polite to them. Question H. Why did they sell at large discounts to the Bangladeshis? And the answer is they sold at large discounts to the Bangladeshis because they were happy to see Bangladeshi tourists there. Now question I. Where is Tiburtina station and what did the Bangladeshi tourists do there? Tiburtina station is in Rome, and the Bangladeshi tourists fell into a discussion of the business. They came to know what cost them 1,000 to 2,000 euros a month to rent each stall. The work was very hard and they lived frugally. So they were able to save some money which they sent home. Now question J, how do the Bangladeshis live there and how do they save money? The Bangladeshis live there frugally, and you know that frugally means economically, and the Bangladeshis live frugally, so they are able to save some money. Now question K, what idea do you get about the Italian Bangladeshis from the text? And this is very important question. What idea do you get about the Italian Bangladeshis from the text? And the answer is, the text gives me the idea that the Italian Bangladeshis are very industrious. They sell various things on the streets of various important and famous cities in Italy. They are very kind and polite to their countrymen, and they lead a very economical life and thus save money which they send to their parents or relatives living at home. I think this is the main idea of the passage, and I repeat, the text gives me the idea that the Italian Bangladeshis are very industrious and they sell various things on the streets of various important and famous cities in Italy, and they are very kind and polite to their countrymen, and they lead a very economical life and thus save money which they send to their parents or relatives living at home. So this is all from today's class. Thank you, dear students, and thanks those who are now staying with me on my live class, and I'll be highly grateful to you if you share my class to your friends, to your other students, and to the other person. Still, we cannot open our educational institutions due to pandemic situation, and I hope very soon we can open our educational institutions, and very soon we will return to our green, clean and glorious Rajshahi College campus. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Allah Hafiz.